Hello, it's Leslie here. It's been a while since I made a video, so I thought I'd update you on my language learning progress. So I've been a little bit busy with making some websites. I do some art, and I'm trying to sell some art. So I'll put the links to my new art website. It's not quite finished, but you can have a sneak peek view of that. And also I'm a logo designer, so you can have a look at my logo design website. So since the last time I made the video, I've seen a couple of different series. I finished watching Money Heist in Spanish, the last season, and then I saw there was a series called Hierro, which is based in the Canary Islands, in the smallest islands, so smallest island. And I used to live in the Canary Islands for 8 years, so I watched that. That was quite good, also in Spanish. Then I had a bit of a Spanish session for about a month or a couple of weeks. Then I started watching a bit of Finnish, and I watched Bad Apples and Room 301 with my Finnish. And yeah, and I also watched all of the videos of Finished on the YouTube channel Finished. So I've pretty much seen all except one or two. So we're talking 120 videos, 8 hours worth. Then I went back to Russian again, because that is the main language that I'm learning at the moment. That's the one taking all the time. And I saw something called Dead Mountain, which is a kind of a spooky hiking trip that goes wrong. And a lot of people seem to know about this Dyatlov Pass incident, where 9 hikers died in 1959. So that was quite interesting, but a little bit sad. The last episode was a little bit upsetting, just to see people die. So that was good. And now I in the last week or so I've been watching Senya Fyodor, the spin-off from Kitchen, and I'm quite pleased with my progress there, because in the beginning I first started with Kitchen. That was the first show that I watched in Russian, was Kitchen, and I did not understand these two at all. They were the most let's say slang speaking Russians, and they don't always pronounce their words very clearly. So I found them I found them very hard to understand, even with subtitles. So even with the auto-generated subtitles. So, fast forward about 3 years, and I could actually understand what they were saying without any subtitles at all, not even with Russian subtitles, with no subtitles at all. So I'm pretty pleased about that. It's not that easy to do. So that I've only seen that season's, I think, halfway through filming. So I've only seen five episodes of that. But that's all going well. And now after that, I started to watch a new series called Silokiniki, Psychologists. Let me pause this. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Silokiniki or something like that it is. And it's about 3 psychologist women who have it's about their romantic lives, I suppose. It's quite funny. I'm finding it quite funny. And there's 2 seasons of that. So I can't show you the trailers because that's copyrighted. So some trailers are copyrighted. I can't show them. But I will share the link below to it. So if you are watching this, you'll be able to, see that one. And I'd also like to, first off, I'll say, yeah, I also last night started to watch a show, Chernobyl, Zona isolation zone. Was it isolation zone? Exclusion zone? No, alienation zone. What is it? Chuda or I can't remember. It says, yeah, zona otchuzhdenia. Otchuzhdenia means alienation, I think. I'm not sure. So the reason I started watching that was I watched a Chernobyl movie last year, I think, and that was okay, but it didn't really go into the details of what happened at Chernobyl. It was more of from an outsider's perspective. And this one is not really a documentary. It's more of what do you call that? See, my English is terrible now. I can't think of words. Paranormal was the word I was trying to think of, and I couldn't think of it because I don't use that word very often. So this Chernobyl is kind of a bit paranormal. Weird things start to happen, and the first trailer I saw was, well, let me say that there's about 4 or 5 trailers, and they're very different from each other. So depending on which trailer you see, you may or may not be interested in it. So the first one I saw, well, it got me to watch a little bit of the first episode. Then sometimes I get into them, and then I think maybe this isn't quite the series for me. But I'm going to give it a second chance because I've seen another. I signed up to Premiere One, and I've seen another trailer or 2, and it looks very interesting. So I'm going to watch that. And also I've seen one of my favorite actors in it. So he's pretty good in whatever he's in. So yeah, speaking of that, I'm going to do a video of maybe my top 10 favorite actors in Russian soon, maybe in the next video. I've written a list of actors that not so much, they're not maybe the most famous or anything, they're just the ones that I've encountered that I've liked. So I'm going to do that in the next video. And so other than that, so things are going pretty well. Maybe in the future I'll do a video where I speak in Russian and try and say a few things for you, but my spoken Russian is not anywhere near as good as my listening comprehension, because that's just the way I've learnt. So yeah, I'll just say also I have a bit of a backlog now of stuff to watch in Russian mainly. There's a lot of things I'd like to see, maybe this Oligarch's Wife one. And I think there was also a beauty contest one. Where is it here? I can't find it now. Beauty Queen, Koroleva Krasoti. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see this. I've got a list here. Chikatila. But I'm having trouble looking at that one, even though the new news is I have a VPN now, so I might make a separate video about that as well. What it's like to have a VPN, whether you need one or not. To be honest, I haven't actually used it that much because I've signed up to a few things and it's not as great as you think it is, because the VPN doesn't magically produce all this content just for that region. Like if you go to Netflix with the VPN, most of the stuff is still the same. And also, yeah, it hasn't worked for me. It's sometimes a bit slow. So I'll make a separate video about that. So I've got a lot to see, and I'll try and upload a trailer of this Chernobyl thing, because I think that is going to be a good show. A lot of people were interested in that other series. I get a lot of comments on certain videos. The most comments that I get are on The Method. Everybody seems to love that show, The Method, especially young people. And another one of the videos I get a lot of comments on is Vyzhyt Posle. the day after, the zombie thing. So I think if you like the zombie one, the day after, you probably would like the Zona Otchujdinia Chernobyl one, I think, because it's a bit what's the word, paranormal. It's a little bit anyway, I wanted to make this video just to say, yeah, I haven't given up on my languages. I haven't uploaded that many videos lately because I've just been busy with all these websites and work. I'll put the links into my website so you can have a look. And yeah, but I'm there pretty much every day watching at least 20 minutes of a language, whether that's Spanish or Finnish or Russian. I haven't done much Italian lately, and my Japanese has gone terrible because I'm finding out that Japanese television is not really all that. It's really, I seem to like that as a method of learning, watching TV, and also if I'm driving around I might listen to a podcast, but I'm finding out that Japanese is not, the TV is not, doesn't interest me that much. The culture does, but the TV, there's not that many series that I can find in Japanese. I'm struggling. So I try, and then and because I'm trying to juggle all these languages, that's taken the back seat, Japanese, and that hasn't gone well. But if it was my only language, you know, I'd probably find something that works for me. But because I've got so many, I'm trying to. I've also haven't done any Italian for about a month or two, so I have to do that. And then when I do that, I haven't done Russian for 2 weeks. You know, so it's very hard to do 1, 2, 3 languages per night. So I don't tend to do that anymore. I just watch a whole series. I don't necessarily binge watch them because I don't watch 5 episodes in a row in one night. I only watch 1 or 2, so I don't watch that much quantity of television. But I do usually just focus on one and then go on to the next one. But what it means is, oh, I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, what it means is I don't tend to watch 3 different languages in one night. At the most, I'm doing maybe 2, and even then, at the moment, I'm watching 2 different series at the same time. So I'm watching the Psychologist one, and then now I've started watching the Chernobyl one, and they're very different. So I'm trying to break up the monotony and not have all comedies. You know, I'm not that much of a person for fantasy type stuff. I usually, in English, if I do ever watch something, and I don't watch English anymore, but if I do watch something, it's usually factual because I used to be a scientist, and it might be a documentary or it might be a comedy, but I don't watch. I used to watch Star Trek, but it's more believable than ghosts and things like that. So I'm not into ghost type of things. Anyway, I'm getting a bit off track now. But I thought I'm going to give this Chernobyl a go because I kind of enjoyed the other one and it's something a bit different. So I'm going to do that. Then after that I might watch maybe a war movie or something. I feel there's a couple of war movies. Stalingrad or something like that, maybe. I don't know, they might be a bit heavy though. And so I'm finding out, yes, there is a massive amount of content out there, but luckily I haven't found it all at once. If I found it all in the first month, I'd probably be massively overwhelmed. But I've found all this content and it's taken me years to find things slowly, but I'm not quite so overwhelmed, and it's nice having things to choose from. I don't watch absolutely everything. I haven't watched absolutely everything that I put on this channel. Like, for example, I just put Svetofor on there, but I haven't watched that. But I know that's a popular series. And another one is Interni. I don't watch that. I have to put it on here though because they've had 10 seasons, but I haven't. It doesn't seem to appeal to me that much, that style of humor. So I don't watch absolutely everything. But it is nice to have some things to choose from and not be completely overwhelmed with choice. You know, there's a nice amount of things I think to choose from, which is nice. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope your language learning progress is going well. Yeah, for me it's going okay, but I've been a bit busy, but I still try and make time. I do make time in the evenings, 20 minutes up to 1 hour. Yeah, sometimes it might be a bit longer, but I usually just try and do a minimum amount of 20 minutes, half an hour. All right, thank you. That's all from me this time. Thanks for watching. Bye.